Hey YouTube, I'm back. I forgot that I was supposed to be uploading 2 videos. As I stated before, sometimes I have technical issues. This old beloved iPhone 7 Plus is trash, and I'm considering getting the 8 or 10. But nevertheless, this is causing me to have to retape one of my segments per se, I guess is what you would call it. I just sent a video about bullying, and I'm gonna just touch back on that for a second before moving on to my new topic. But it's revelation of the growth in parenting or parents. So we were just talking about bullying and just, advising that when you are a parent and you are dealing with your kid being bullied, or even the fact of your kid being the bully, how do you address that? For me, I just feel like if my child feel like they big enough and bad enough to go bully somebody, I'm gonna beat their ass. So I'm gonna let them know you ain't tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it out there and let them understand it's always somebody out here bigger and badder than you, and who ready and who really about that shit. So don't be trying to act tough in front of your little bald-headed ass friends, because that's typically what it is. A bully is normally influenced by people around them to make them feel like they tough, or they dumbasses. 9 times out of 10, I know bullies are either illiterate, they don't got nothing, such as maybe they lacking at home, neglecting at home. That kind of shit kind of influences bullies. But then you also have motherfuckers who got money and just feel like they better than the next, so they want to try to bully. And that's typically not physical. That's typically verbal and emotionally, degrading. But needless to say, this starts with parenting. So it kind of goes into the fact of what I was talking about, the revelation and growth of parents. We as parents today are totally different from our moms and our grandmoms and grandpas and things like that. And I feel like it's really fucked up that we are, because I feel like the way I was raised, even though it was kind of fucked up at times and crazy, I feel like it made me a really good person. So I'm grateful for those fools. And I say fools because my grandparents and my mom and dad, they was some ignorant motherfuckers. My aunties and uncles, they didn't play that shit. So I feel like that's what we need to get back to. Stop letting motherfuckers slide. Stop trying to put shit under the rug because you don't feel like dealing with it right now because you tired and you been at work and all that other shit. You won't be tired when you be trying to go kick it with your homegirls. You still need to be a parent. With that being said, me as a parent, I don't tolerate a lot of shit. Like that little fly ass smart talk they be doing and rolling their eyes when they think you ain't looking. Motherfucker, I can feel you when you roll your eyes, and I come back just because I want to let you know that I can tell that you done rolled your little ugly ass eyes and mean I fuck your ass up. With that, my thing with revelation and growth of parenting, we have gotten away from a lot of things now. The fact that this time and day is so different from when we were growing up, parenting styles did have to change. Certain things did need to change for the sake of treating and appropriately addressing things as they come. Me, I don't wait for shit to happen. I remember when I was a kid at a certain age, and I always try to implement those things that I wish I would have learned then. I try to get it to my kids at that point. So, for example, my oldest child is 12. She'll be 13 next year, February. And I've already began to talk to her about sex and boys and all of that shit. Some people may say that's wrong, but that's not, because why the fuck would I wait until she turned 13 and then be talking about birth control and shit when I could have just already let her know what it is? Mind you, I address my kids not as if they're grown, but in a manner of respect, and let them know that I want to hear their opinions. I want to see, what's going on in their day-to-day life. I want to know the kind of stuff that they encounter with their little funky ass friends when they're at school, what they be hearing. Because that's the thing, like, we don't realize and understand that our kids' influences are so much more than us. They at school 8 hours of a fucking day away from you, learning some shit that you probably wouldn't even want them to know about, because they little hot ass friends or little mannish ass little boys out here trying to teach it to them. That's where you as a parent, especially when in 2017, even before, you should have been able to stop and say, you know what, it's time for me to chat with my kids about this or that. I find it's funny that with boys, it's cool to talk about sex with boys for some reason. The parents think that shit is cute. I don't know why, but I talk about sex with my girls because I want them to know, I'm not telling you not to like boys because I don't want you to be gay, which I'm not against it, but I mean, hey, that ain't what I made you for, you know what I mean? So I try to let them understand, hey, this what it is. I ain't gonna sit up and make up no lie and say you kiss, you get pregnant. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You kiss, you start wanting to fuck, and when you fuck, you have a baby. So with that being said, fuck all of that. You're not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Also, in the fact of that same situation, when it comes to bullying, how is it in the situation where the parent of the bullier, if that's even a word, how is it that you don't get in your kid's grill, you think the shit is, oh, he ain't bothering nobody, he shouldn't be so soft, or she shouldn't be so soft. Fuck all that. You need to teach your little bald-headed ass child to keep their goddamn hands to themselves and shut their fucking mouth. Because if somebody was doing the shit to them, you'll be ready to fight. So be prepared when that parent, that other kid's parent comes to you and ready to go on your grill because you sit up here thinking the shit funny. I just don't understand why parents these days don't acknowledge when they kids fuck up. They always trying to make excuses. You got me I don't play that kind of shit. You fuck up and I'm your mama, you gonna know that you fucked up because I'm gonna let you know how disappointed I am. I'm gonna let you know what you should have did different, better, right, whatever. And I'm gonna get on your ass and I'm gonna try to help you get it right. Now, if I see that you don't give a fuck and you don't want to get it right, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Because bottom line is, I'm not raising no disrespectful kids. I'm not raising no hoes. I ain't raising no, you know what I'm saying, no thieves, no liars. I'm not raising none of that. I'm raising motherfucking citizens of America who I want to be successful and respected also. So you can't teach your kids to say, oh, you can grow up and be whatever you want to be, but you also teaching them to be some trifling motherfuckers out here doing shit they ain't got no goddamn business. Teach they ass some morals and manners. Teach they ass some understanding that what you do will have a consequence. What you do will have some type of repercussion. So if you ain't with taking that shit, don't do it. I also just wanted to kind of touch bases on how we as parents can pay attention to signs. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to talking about sex and talking about bullying and talking about, you know, drugs and all that shit, there's signs that kids, you know, possess and illustrate to let you know it's time for you to have that conversation and really sit down and pay, you know, and get in the grill and let them understand what is what. If you don't pay enough attention to your kids, you won't know shit about them because they some sneaky little motherfuckers and they know how to hide shit. Because I always tell people, it's funny how kids have so much common sense when it's time to do some shit they ain't got no business. Think about this. When you were growing up, it was a lot of things your mom and dad told you to do. You probably didn't think about it. You probably just did it. Like Kevin Hart said, I tell you to go to sleep, you go right to sleep right then no matter what you're doing. It's funny how they do what you say right when you say do it when they acting dingy and dumb. But on the other turn, they trying to get some shit done they ain't got no business. They can think that shit all the way through from beginning to end. They can think about, what if she say this, or what if this happened, how can I get around that, how can I get away with it, how can I lie, what excuse can I use? Kids ain't stupid. They just play stupid because they want to be less reliable and responsible for their own actions. You got me fucked up. I'm gonna always hold you accountable. So therefore my kids know you can't run that bullshit on me. I'm gonna always be in your grill about something because I want you to understand that I'm the hardest person you have in this world to prove a point to. I expect so much of my children, and there's nothing less that I would take from them. Meaning that you can't come to me with that bullshit ass, this was too hard, or I tried, but it didn't work. No, I'm going to always hold you to a higher standard. Everybody else in the streets going to be grateful for what you give them. But that's because they don't really give a fuck about you. That's my time for today. I'll be back with you guys later this week, hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to get some things situated again. I know it sound like a broken record, but I'm really trying to work on getting me a brand new laptop. But I want something that is worth my money. I don't want to have to keep getting something fixed. The laptop I have right now is like garbage. I've had it fixed at least 3 times, but that's what happens when you let your kids do their homework on your shit and then they don't know what the fuck they doing. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Twitter, Latoya's without the apostrophe _intuned, of course, same as here, YouTube. And then of course on Facebook, Latoya, gotta give him my all Thomas. IG, Latoya's in tune. Let me know what you guys think, what you want to hear. I'll be back with you guys, of course, this week with more poetry, more topics, more fun. Love ya. Thanks for your follow.